For more analysis, we're joined from Paris by Mr. Majid Bouden, international law professor. Welcome, sir, to the program. And we start off by asking you, Trump left the summit early, citing Middle East urgency, but White House aides gave no clear explanation, while French President Emmanuel Macron hinted at a ceasefire initiative. How do you interpret that?
Well, it's very common. This is this ambiguity in the behavior of President Trump is his style. He's like that, and we have to take it into consideration. So he doesn't want to explain what he's doing. The President Macron has made it clear. So there is a signature of the United States with the G7, with the J7, with G7. So it's very simple. There is a commitment. But here we have a maneuver from President Trump to obtain an agreement with Iran under the bombs and under the attack. So this is a way to do things. It's his own way. But the others in the summit, they wanted to do it by first a ceasefire, then discussions, and they wanted to be part of these discussions. And it's normal that these countries, which are the most important countries in the world, France, England, of course, the EU, Canada, and others, Italy, they want to
Germany.
Germany. So the most rich countries in the world. So they want to have these. They want to be part of these discussions, and it was not a good idea to exclude them and to have a discussion between the U.S. and Iran alone, because they have different points of view, and they have different targets, and so if we want a long-term peace, we have to have everybody around the table, and specifically that the countries of the area, of the region, of the Middle East must be part of the around the table, because their own population is exposed to damages if there is a race towards the fabrication of nuclear weapons. So they are the most interested parties in the world. They must be part of the discussions, and they must not be excluded. And they must claim the rights to be part of these discussions.
Mr. Majid, Macron said the U.S. floated the ceasefire proposal. Trump angrily denied it. This is, of course, a follow-up to the first question. Why did Trump angrily deny it, calling the French leader wrong as usual? Who was telling the truth? Who is telling the truth? And what does this confusion indicate?
Well, President Macron cannot allow himself to not say something which is correct and right. He was telling the truth, but Trump is
manipulating.
He's making this ambiguity, let's say, to be in the diplomatic register. He's making this ambiguity. It is part of the game to put pressure in the negotiations. And the second difference in to have negotiations, the other members of the G7, they wanted to have negotiations in a framework of international law. Donald Trump, he wanted to have a discussion without the equality of arms, without arms length. So this is the way. This is why we can compare this to what's happening between Russia and Ukraine. Donald Trump wanted the discussion while Russia is continuing to send bombs on Ukraine. While the Europeans, they wanted to have a ceasefire and to have a clear discussion and to settle the dispute. Donald Trump here, he wanted Israel to continue to send bombs. Now Iran is retaliating, which is it's right to retaliate. This is
Yes,
the law.
sir, it's right, of course, to retaliate. And this brings us to this very important question, which is, as you mentioned in your answer, that this G7 is a group of the 7 most important countries all over the world, and the strongest, of course. The final G7 statement reaffirmed Israel's right to self-defense, condemning Iran, but failed to call out the Israeli aggression. Is this silence a diplomatic failure, sir? And how does this indicate about the European stance towards the conflict?
Whatever the position of that one might have against the Iranian regime, against freedom, against the lack of state of law, all these doesn't allow the use of force by Israel. Of course, if Israel has a right to defend its existence, which nobody is denying today, it doesn't mean that they can act in that way. It means they cannot act to send bombs on a country, and because this is prevented by international law, this will not come to a change, to make a change, and also it's prevented by the Convention on prohibition of the dissemination of nuclear weapons. Because if now with the bombing, the bombing will cause a catastrophe, an explosion of nuclear materials, it will be a catastrophe on the population of Iran. It will be a catastrophe
on the Middle East, on the region, sir, globally.
It will spread with the wind, and this is uncontrolled. We never know how it comes.
True, sir. It will go out of proportion at that point. That was Mr. Majid Bouden, international law professor. We thank you very much, sir, for your valuable, informative knowledge and insights.